An illness, a disease.
You know what? Sure. It's a DC 10.
Cool. Cool.
Oh, I'd also would want to check and see if the kid is still
Natural
here.
20.
Natural 20. Zhana, everybody is running a high fever. Not only did they exhaust themselves, those of them who did not take the full rest, they're looking pretty bad. They're at that I feel fragile as glass stage kind of deal. They're all huddled in blankets. Everybody has a runny nose. You and Ez, you're sick, but you can kind of move around. You're doing a little bit better because you guys were actually able to get that full night's rest. Yeah.
Then, can I actually cast...
Oh, one more thing. Little homebrew thing. A fever will go away if you have consumed a meal, a proper meal that is hot, like soup or some kind of liquid. I'll accept tea, but you need 2 meals of tea or some crap like that, and 3 full nights of 8 hours rest. Your fever will clear.
Okay, theoretically I can do the whole party. Can I cast Laceration on who seems like the worst out of everyone here?
Who has the highest exhaustion point score?
I have 2.
I have 2.
Yeah, I have 2 also.
Georg only has 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a...
Chance, Hildy, or Nyla. Let's do a 1, 2, 3. Chance, Hildy, Nyla on a D3. Go for it, girl. Look at this roll heavy game. We're doing so great.
What?
Oh, you go for Chance?
So...
Oh.
This again.
Yeah, so Chance, I think before he settles in, he would have just tried to see if the kid is even still here or kind of alive.
Theater of the mind, you do find the kid.
Sure. He just wanted to literally just look at him and then just... he's like, oh,
Check in.
exactly. Just to notice if he's here and alive.
You hear the sound of running footsteps upstairs.
And then he will find his little makeshift cot or bedroll or whatever it is where he's sleeping, and he is just going to turn. His hands, he's got like his little fingerless gloves. The edges of his fingers are almost looking like onset frostbite, and he's just beyond cold and shaking and sweating and trying to like grit and sleep through it, but he's not yet fallen asleep. He's still just kind of rolled over on his bedroll.
Sleep is rough for you.
I think I would probably just try to go to sleep as much as I can.
When Chance laid down, Zhana quietly entered the room and, holding the blanket that he gave her, she quietly laid it on him, and as she laid it on him, she casted Lesser Restoration and quietly left the room.
Somewhere in your sleep, Chance, your fever breaks. Nyla,
Yes.
what was it you were gonna do?
Oh, I was probably just going to try and go to sleep as best I can right now.
All right.
If I was up all night, I probably just immediately crashed.
2 points of exhaustion. You're fatigued. You're freezing. Your fingers are frozen purple. Your lips are nearly blue. Sleep is rough for you because you have a high fever and you are currently suffering like a kind of pneumonia.
Okay.
Hildy.
I will use my last level 2 spell to cast Lesser Restoration. Nyla.
Miraculously, her fever breaks. In the middle of her sleep, she stops tossing and turning.
Thanks,
And-
friend.
So you're sleeping.
Yeah, I know. I said that out of character.
Okay.
In character and out of character voices are the same, to be fair.
Oh, that's a good point. Not a voice person.
It's okay, same. Yeah, so I'm feeling really shitty. Restoration on her, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep.
It's rough, Hildy. You're almost like, my queen, take me, for God's sake, but, like, you managed through. It's all in your mind. You're too cool to actually say that out loud.
I actually roll in a tiny ball in a corner and just like, oh.
Aww.
Baby girl.
Everyone has a level of exhaustion, right?
There is one level everyone shares from sickness. However, Lesser Restoration will break that fever,
Okay.
but you still need to sleep 8 hours to recover that point of exhaustion. So you and Ez are sick,
Yeah.
but you guys can move. You're not fragile as glass yet. That'll come the second day.
I'm pretty much probably going to be blowing my Lesser Restorations just for this day.
All right.
then.
So you blew it on Chance? Whom else?
So I blew it on. Next would be Hildegard,
Oh,
and then
the Raven Queen is merciful, you think in your sleep.
Yogg, and then I'll spend a higher spell slot to do Ezmerelda and myself.
Everybody has been cured of their fever. Yogg, what are you spending your time doing? You find sleep?
Yeah, he's going to go sleep as early and so he can try and basically ask them to go get some food for everyone. And
If you're going to make food, roll me a check at a disadvantage. Otherwise, the Martikovs offer some small portions from what they can scavenge.
gonna take anything he can fucking get.
Yeah. And eventually,
Right, let's see.
uh,
Right, we'll just roll this with wisdom if we're rolling with any 12.
you have this brilliant idea. You put the bread in the ale, and then you eat it. Boom. Gourmand. Mwah.
Oh my fucking Christ.
You find sleep, and the ale helps you, you think, but your fever breaks amid your sleep. Zhana, Ez are the ones awake.
Yeah, sure. What's Ez doing right now?
She kind of throws on her boots. She gives you a half smile and a hand on your shoulder, like a thank you when you remove her sickness, and she's starting to head out of the house.
I'll probably follow her. Where are you going?
I'm gonna take care of the horses for a bit. You get some rest. You've been straining yourself. I reckon we ain't getting on the road for at least a solid day. Wouldn't want to overstay our welcome. Get rest while you can.
But shouldn't you rest as well?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Quick errand.
Well, if you say so.
Hey, Zhana.
Yes?
She's like halfway out through your stumbling of words. She turns to you. You did good back there.
What happened yesterday? Do you think what we did was the right thing to do?
Yesterday? Well, if I was him, I'd be going right back. I think we made the smart decision. Retreat is not a way of the cowards. It means living to fight another day. And if that's all that stands between us and him, I'd gladly take it.
You're right. Never mind then. And she walks inside and goes to rest.
And Ezmerelda attends to the carriage, the horses, you name it. And eventually she comes back. A day goes by. You all start to wake up, and the sun is setting. The Martikovs ask you to join them for dinner. You also see Yogg's meal that he's enhanced for you all, laying out beside your bedrolls.
Ooh.
Yeah, that isn't important though.
It's bread and ale.
I think at this point, like, Chance doesn't even complain. He'll eat. Like, he's just kind of quiet and really keeping to himself.
Yoga's just muttering to himself, like, it's like my mum used to say, simple is best.
Good woman.
Hildy just looks really happy that there's ale. Like, oh yes, thank you.
Is everyone else all right? No lost limbs, no fingers, no toes. We're alive, right?
Yes, and everyone's fever seems to have recovered, which I'm glad.
All thanks to our friends over here. And she kind of notions to Zhana and Hildy.
What do you mean?
And Ez kind of lets you take the floor, Zhana.
She seems kind of bashful. We actually casted Lesser Restoration to help break the fever.
You did.
Thanks.
Oh, I feel pretty good. Well, I mean, my body aches. I'm sore as hell, but I'm alive. Thank you.
Yeah, good on you too. Remind me to keep standing in front of you when dangerous things come trying to hurt us.
By the way, Yod, what did you find? Some sort of spear or such? We were right tired. I wasn't really as curious as I am now.
Right, the fucking spear, and he's just gonna like pull out the spear and look at it.
Wait,
Well, I kind of hold it out as well.
that's the spear that the spirit told us about, right?
I
Oh,
suppose
yeah.
it might be.
Because
So,
whoever holds it should rule Yesterhill, I think? I think that's what he said.
Yeah, well, look at that, Yogg. looks like you've got your own petty kingdom.
Eo's just gonna get like a little bit of a funny look at Chance and look at the spare and say, well, I mean, I'm sure it's all didn't feel any different.
That's all right. You're just being up. Lord of Yesterhill. We are all in the presence of royalty, as it were. Would you go by Sir Yogg or Lord? Do you have a preference?
I'm pretty sure just Yogg is fine.
Lord Yogg seems better, I think, than Sir Yogg.
Alright, whatever keeps you entertained.
Hey, so what did that tree tell you? We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah. So, importantly, I asked it about what the nature of really was Strahd's connection to the land. Yeah. I figured that was better than a yes or no. Can we break it? I didn't want to be disappointed. Figured we'd find something creative, some sort of solution ourselves. It went on about some sort of history. It seems like Strahd actually predated that tree. So the tree's old, but Strahd is a hell older. And whatever its connection was to the land sort of came about even before the tree itself. It said something about fanes and some other sorts of locations. I guess we've upset sort of one of them here, yesterday, but there were two others. One in this sort of swamplands, maybe to the west of Yesterhill, somewhere in the forest. And another that was up in the mountains, way distant, like maybe up near Valoki or some such. I don't know. But it had these, well, in essence, it said something a little more disturbing, I suppose. These ancient forces, if I'm remembering correctly, had already sort of worshipped Strahd, but it was something much deeper than what those fanes could give. Now, as it stands, Strahd is the land itself.
Huh?
No wonder he left it.
I don't know what that means and what that means for its connection, or why it was given to him, or how he earned it, or what that even means. But it sounds like whatever his connection is to this land, it's deep. We might be able to weaken it by doing something else with these fanes. It's a lead. It's something at least.
I mean, did it look to you guys like he parted some of those clouds earlier? Is that what that means?
I don't know.
Maybe you should ask him yourself. After all, you were invited, weren't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not seriously entertaining that notion, are we? And he looks around.
Like I said, you pretend to kind of be on his side. Maybe we could find something out. He didn't really seem bothered that we totally destroyed his little ceremony. I thought that was kind of weird.
You noticed something else?
Huh.
I saw something, I did. When Zhana cast that daylight, I saw the rays of the sun. They came flying from her, and I saw them burn him and that horse. And almost as if the light had disappeared, so too did those burn marks.
Wait, burn marks?
You didn't see. She kind of looks to Chance. You saw it, right?
Sort of. There's a lot I'm not really sure of.
I still have answers I need settled.
Yeah, you said you were looking for someone? Is that what you're talking about?
We had a little chat back in the cellar down here. Sure, I only just met you guys. But if you're taking that invitation to the castle, if you want answers, count me out.
Oh, so you don't want answers?
She gives you like a snide look.
And Nyla wasn't even being sassy. She's genuinely asking. What?
I got my own way.
Let's actually think about this. As long as we go to the castle, if we decide to do that, it doesn't say that we can't do other things along the way.
Yeah, true.
So you are going.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
We're discussing it. What is your way? You just said you had a way.
I need to get to that tower.
Okay, so what is at the tower? Who are you looking for? Can you say a little more?
I got someone I care about that I'm looking for.
Ooh.
Someone who could help us.
Yeah, maybe. I ain't saying names with eyes around.
No, it's fine.
If you want to say it, you don't have to say the word. You can mouth it, and I can read it.
You could write it on a piece of paper.
She just blinks at you.
That's it.
I need to find this person, if it's the last thing I do. Now, I think you all are a clever bunch. She kind of gives a few of you a look.
Might I interject for just a moment, though? We actually have to go to a wizard tower. Is it maybe the same one?
Maybe.
It's by a lake?
We might be talking about the same one.
And she pulls out the map to Barovia. Well, it's technically along the way, so we can actually go there with you.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
What are you trying to say? Do you not like us?
Clearly not. Listen.
I thought we worked well together, though.
She interjects over you. Listen. Long as you have that invitation from Strahd, everything in the land knows you're coming that way. And something about that knows not to go near you. Either he's got eyes, they've got eyes, or someone's got eyes on your every little move so long as that invitation's in your pocket, whether you like it or not. I'm afraid this is where we split ways. Until you deal with whatever that is.
So are you saying this because you know this, or this is a guess?
I'm saying this because I saw a man part the clouds with a flinch of his finger.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I'm not taking any chances, not if I'm gonna find that man.
I mean, I think we need to get to that wizard's tower, too. We have, like, 2 things there that we need to get, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're not gonna come with us, can you wait for or can you get the things for us? If we go, I mean, I don't know. We could just chuck the invitation out in the woods somewhere.
That might work, for all I know. I'm playing it careful, real careful right now. I don't know how much power this man has. This thing. But if I know my mentor, and I do know him well, he's careful. He's too careful. He won't leave anything to chance.
Maybe. But maybe he's something else too. He's proud. He's got a lot of hubris. He didn't give us so much as a goddamn look over. And that might be because he's powerful as hell. It might be because we are more than outmatched. But something tells me that we might be a little less than world-ending for him. And as a result, I don't know. Maybe he's not watching us as closely as we think.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
Well, I have an idea.
All right, shoot.
If we're worried about this invitation being some sort of, I don't know magic very well, maybe some focus of some sort, I don't know. Let's assume he's got eyes on us, right?
Right.
And let's assume it's a matter of this invitation. After all, he did say as long as we were headed towards Castle Ravenloft, that we wouldn't be harassed. We'd have a free passage. So I would think it's safe to assume that he's got some control over whatever it is that's in our path, right?
Right.
Or some way of guaranteeing that we're not going to be harassed.
Yeah.
So it's likely that he does have some sort of ability to watch us. But if it's based on the invitation, or if it's based on us, we don't know. But we might be able to split up and cover some ground. If we say, and he'll kind of lean forward and look at the map, he's like sniffling and kind of coughing, still pretty cold. Look, if we trace this line all the way back to Castle Raven, what's that road? That main road. We walk in. We'll be passing over a couple things. Key notes. We'll likely have a moment where we've an opportunity to split to Kresk or the tower. Now, sure, as you're saying, you don't really need to be. Well, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks, and sure, fine, whatever. So maybe that's a moment where we can split up. We need to be able to deliver our stuff back to the abbot and see if it'll help out.
We don't have all the stuff yet.
What do we still need?
We still need that stake thing from the tower.
So we need the tower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have 2 things there, potentially, if those cards are right. Also, aren't you included in this invitation because it was to all of us and you're kind of like hanging out with us now?
Way I see it, I'm not affiliated with you guys. If my name's on
But
there, I
does
suppose
he
that
see
doesn't.
that now?
Yeah, wait, this is probably his. I mean, I could say right now I'm not affiliated with you guys and walk away. I mean, does that count?
Well, our bloody names on it. Let's see it. Who's got it?
Yeah, who's it?
It just says, my friends.
That is not specific.
It really isn't.
Ezmerelda scoffs and leans up against the wall with her arms crossed.
Okay, so I guess we have a few options. So you're saying we probably should, some of us at least have to go no matter what. That's what you're saying? What do you think will happen if we don't go? You're saying that he'll just keep track of us really closely and nothing we do is secret?
I don't know.
It's a matter of gambling. It's how much risk you want to take.
Yeah.
Obviously, some manner of precaution is probably smart. And we shouldn't be doing everything in the eyes of others, of course. Still, we have to roll a bit of dice. That's all there is to it. As of right now, we don't really have any reason to enter Castle Raven other than killing that goddamn bastard, right? But we don't know exactly how. We don't know where. We're not really well equipped for it. We don't really understand what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, which is why it might to go there so we get info. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm not saying I want to go in there, right? It's not like a pleasant place, it seems like, but I'm just saying if he's invited us, we can just be like, oh, wow, this is great. Wow, Strahd, you're the coolest. And just kind of like we were wrong to fight you earlier. Clearly, I don't know. We could make something up.
Hold
And
on. I have an idea.
if we're destined to fight him anyways, we might as well check out the defenses of home, as they do like finger quotations.
That's just assuming we'll be able to leave. I have an idea.
Okay.
In our travels, what was some sort of? You said it was a wizard's tower, right?
Right.
Well, maybe there's some sort of spooky sort of wizard or something who knows how we might be able to hide from Strahd's prying eyes, right? If he's using magic to see us, to follow us, maybe we can let that still be a thing. Wow, we find some way to actually. And if we've got a few people who happen to maybe disappear, that wouldn't be all bad, would it? Or if, say, we're eating, shunning up with Strahd, we've got somebody else searching the goddamn castle. The idea is if he's looking and he feels confident that he's looking at us, oh, I don't know, and if he thinks he's still got it, we could pull a fast one.
You're taking a wild bet on gambling there, Chance.
Yeah, because that was just be completely reliant on if our random wizard did.
Well, it's a wizard's. Oh, right, look, fine. Well, then what are we going to do?
It seems like, against my better judgment, it would be best if you all tagged along for the tower. But listen, I don't know what we're gonna find there, but if I do find what I'm looking for, we are not going with you to that castle. Not yet. Find out what you find out if you do decide to go, and then come back.
So either we go with you to the tower and then potentially go on to Ravenloft, to the castle, or are you saying
Well, it seems like
we go to the castle and we meet you?
And she... Let me slow down. We go to the tower. You clearly have business in Kresk with something that you need to get from there. If
Yeah.
your cards are right, which I know they are. But if I find whom I find, regardless of what you choose at that time, I am not going to that castle. It would be best to siege the castle once we know more about it. You got a free invitation in, and as long as you can get out, that is invaluable information.
So what you're suggesting is that we accept this invitation as a means to learn more
Isn't that what you...
information about Castle Raven. I'm just clarifying. We get the information, we get the details, we see if we can find some sort of weakness, anything inside. We escape. We regroup. You go and collect some allies while we're doing that.
Wait, this man you're looking for, would you, raises an eyebrow, would you consider him to be a mentor?
Zhana, we've already had this conversation.
Well, you said so yourself. The cards never lie. And there was a card that we had, the Mist.
Did it say something about him?
More like she, which I believe is you. A Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor.
That's me.
She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at St. Marikov's Abbey, near the Mist. Your enemy is the creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him.
What was that last part?
It should lead you. This card should lead us to him. Him, I'm thinking, is in terms of Strahd.
Maybe.
But she, I think, is in terms of you, since you're also looking for someone.
Well, I'm not leading you to him until we have more friends. Simple as that.
All right. Well, at the very least, whether we're accepting an invitation or helping a mentor, our next location is this tower. That's where we're headed. If we can find the items to help Ireena, maybe a few of us can double back to Kresk, or we can all double back. It's safer that way. I just don't know if it invalidates an invitation. And we'll see if we can do what we need to there. And then we can continue on, maybe, either towards Valoki, or maybe one of those fanes, sort of south of the road. What's that? I don't know what that structure is. That or Beraz.
Don't know what you're talking about.
It's on the map. There's some sort of swamp in that direction, or some sort of something that might be impactful.
Maybe.
We might be able to find some sort of fane, and
Well,
I don't know.
what do you recommend when we find these fanes? We found one already and we let it go.
Either they'll help us, or they're helping him, and in which case, we better kill him.
Either way.
It might not always be about finding ally. Maybe taking some of his away.
Perhaps. I think we should get some rest for tonight. Head off early in the morning. Extra sleep, do you right. I'm gonna go for a ride.
Yeah, this is fine by me.
And she leaves?
Well, I think, unless we're trying to do anything else, I think we'll kind of take the rest of the day to just kind of relax and kind of recover some stamina.
Sure. You find sleep. Again, a second 8 hours rest just to kind of make sure you're well rested and recovered. That night, some of you kind of hear the Martikovs whispering about things shifting in the woods far, far to the south. And the Martikovs nod. That morning, you all rise and you make it clear to them that you're leaving the morning of, and they seem a touch relieved, something concerning them as of late. And Ez is waiting for you by the carts, the other horse rigged up, ready to go, in proper shape.
Is it just as cold as it was before?
Oh yes, snow has fallen. It's
Okay.
very cold.
I think Coleman might try to barter with Martikovs and see, like, you were helpful in giving us this blanket. It's been good, but is there any chance we might be able to purchase any sort of extra clothing? I know it's a delicate subject, but I know there's been some loss here and some extra, and we'd be willing to trade, to barter anything. But we need warm clothes.
We would do what we can, but you see, traders have not come to our vineyard in some time. We would trade for these things, but we have another to feed, another to shelter. We need all we can get. If you can last till Kresk, surely there will be something there for you.
Right. Sure enough.
My apologies, friend.
We'll be all right. We'll make it to this. We'll make it to where we're headed, I suppose. Anyway, thanks again for allowing us your rest.
All right. He sees you off.
For clarification purposes too, so we got here in the morning. We rested for like a good solid 8 hours. We were awake for the day, and then we took another rest during the day, and now we're morning. So it's like been a day and a half essentially.
You got there the morning of. You rested for 8 hours until the sun started to set. You got up and talked for a bit, and then you rested another 8 hours. You basically spent the day recovering.
Right. So how much? And just in clear mechanics, did we get one long rest? Did we get
2 long rests.
Two? Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I feel pretty good. Let's get on going. Eastbound and down.
All right. You all start traveling up the way, and you come to a fork in the road. You turn, and you start heading up a broken path. And there, sitting far off the land, a beaten gravel road, kind of overgrown with some ferns on both shores, leads you out onto this small island in Lake Baratok to this rickety tower.
I know at some point Nyla would want to talk to Chance, but I don't want to like necessarily leap at that because if someone else wants to do something, they should.
I think everyone's good, so I think you're free to roleplay with Chance if you want to.
Is Chance usually the one driving the cart?
Yeah, I think he's done a lot of car driving.
Okay. Cool. So at some point, Nyla like clambers back up into the cart up at the front.
Oh. Hey there, Nyla. You feeling warm enough?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not as bad as the other night. Hey, we didn't finish talking the other night.
Well, what's on your mind?
I don't know, you were starting to tell me about something. And then as like we were here and then, so I don't know, you said sometimes you saw things?
Kind of like purses his lips and looks over his shoulder at the companions that are back there too.
Yeah, I'm not saying it loud.
Yeah.
Trying to be quiet.
There's a lot of things I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not really in a mood to talk. Did you figure out anything else with that magic of yours?
I don't know. It's, I don't know about it, and she'll, like, take off, like, her glove thing that she, like, wears a lot, and she says, okay, this is your turn not to tell anyone, okay? I don't know what's happening, but this is really freaking me out. And she, like, turns her wrist, and, you can see there's, like, this weird, like, henna looking tattoo on like the inside of her wrist, and it has like this, like it looks like a ring, like a ring you'd wear on your finger, and she like shows it to him.
It's in the dimple by her radius, and where the radius meets the metacarpals, I think metacarpals.
So is it like a ring around her wrist, or is it just on the inside of her wrist?
No, it's on like the inside.
It's just a little symbol.
And
it's technically on the side of her wrist.
And she'll be like, okay, my weird magic sword thing comes out of this. This was not here before.
Does it
and
will tingle or anything?
No, but okay, like, and she like she kind of like turns her hand to like show you like a ring that was like on her finger that she wears like often, and it's like the same ring that's on her tattooed on her finger base. Yeah, it's the same ring that's tattooed on her wrist. And okay, no, this is weirder than strange, because this is my engagement ring and my weapon comes out of this thing, and it feels like he's there or something. Does that make sense? It sounds insane.
You think maybe when he's in that state or frozen like he is, he's got some way to interact with you or help somehow? Maybe.
I don't know. Go ahead.
You think it's him, or you think it's someone else?
I don't know. I think it's sort of starting to feel like it's him, and it's freaking me out because it's not even like, oh, I'm here to help Nyla. It's like, it feels so sad, and I get these like senses that there's like a debt and like there's guilt.
Did your fiance ever sort of cast magic?
Not that I know of.
We don't know what he got himself into, was he, right?
Yeah.
Somehow he ended up in need of some healing. And the abbot's got him taken care of, at least for now. He's stopped it, whatever it is. Maybe it's something you've got to help him. Maybe he got himself into trouble.
Yeah, I think he's in a lot more trouble than I thought.
Maybe it'll lead you there somehow. A compass of sorts, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on it and keep in touch with whatever those feelings are. Look, I don't know. I'm not really super good at this whole magic thing, right?
What do you mean you're not super good at it? You're just like blasting people away?
Well, I just sort of feeling, I guess. It's sort of more instinct than it is anything else. I have no idea what or how I'm doing any of it, to be perfectly frank with you.
Oh, really? Do you just follow a feeling?
It's sort of like a tempest, or you see a storm on the horizon, dark clouds, and you know something's coming, right? You don't have to do anything for it to be there, but it'll make its way.
What if
Hey.
you have a feeling this is bad? What?
Well, I certainly have a feeling it's bad, but I don't know what's going on. Just keep an eye on it.
We're getting
Oh, yeah?
We're getting close. Single file. Follow me. Ezmerelda takes the lead, and her horse starts galloping down the gravel road. In your carriage, you can see on both sides of you water. Dark water spanning the range that you can see, and the shimmering of these clouds reflecting on its kind of loosely wavering surface. And you guys come to this little island, and Ezmerelda stops in front of this caravan. Hold, cadet. And the horse kind of slows, and your draft horse also slows down. She dismounts, dusting the snow from the horse's hooves, but kind of giving it a little love tap with her heels. All right. This is the tower.
Have you been here before?
Yes, I have. And she
Okay.
kind of pats a little wagon. So, approaching the tower, here's what you see. You come to a cold mountain lake enclosed by misty woods and rocky bluffs. Thick fog creeps across the dark, still waters. The trail ends at a grass-covered causeway that stretches 100 yards across the lake to a flat, marshy island with a stone tower on it. The tower is old and decrepit, with collapsing scaffolding clinging to one side where a large gash has split the wall. Time-worn griffin statues, their wings and flanks covered with moss, perch atop the buttresses that support these walls. And parked near the base of the tower, within sight, is a barrel-topped wagon spattered with mud. And Ezmerelda gestures. This one, belonging to her. You're welcome to come out and explore, as Ezmerelda starts hooking up her horse to the wagon.
That was your wagon?
That's right. Under layers
So, yeah,
Under layers of mud, this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have a fancy gold trim. A brass lantern hangs from each corner, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door. Hanging from the window is a cheap wooden sign that reads, "Keep out." How appropriate.
Looks like something Ezmerelda would have. It's tacky as hell. That's
Oh
a
my
nice looking
God.
What's
caravan. No, it's a good looking caravan. I bet it's warmer than what we've got. Is there room in there for others?
I don't know if you'd want in.
Well, I mean,
Right.
the sign says keep out, but I figured.
She goes up to the door, and she pauses, remembering something. She looks up at the
What's
tower,
wrong?
and she kind of thinks for a moment. She goes back, and she goes up to the padlock, and she whispers something, a word in the Vistana language. And she waits, and nothing happens.
What does the word say?
She covers her mouth when she whispers it. It's one of those types. Well, it's true. I have been to the tower before, but I had an idea that things might be different this time. It seems I was wrong.
What?
You'll see. And she
Right.
gestures to the door.
And to be clear, looking at how the rest of the folks, what exactly did we need for tower?
From the tower, we needed. From the card itself, it said.
Not the card. From the priest for the ritual. He needed summon from the tower.
Oh, he said I think it was like a stake,
Yeah, it was like a stick.
but it was like The first one ever to pierce a vampire, I think? I don't know. I don't remember.
Is that right?
Some sort of mistake to the town. I don't know. Maybe we'll see when we get it. I just wanted to be. And what was your card?
It was a sword of sunlight. Well, that one was not my card. It was someone else's. My card was the...
Well, do we know what it said? I mean, in particular.
Oh, yes. It said the card shows power and strength, and it tells of a weapon of vengeance. A sword of sunlight. Look for a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name and the servant guide you to which you seek.
So maybe it looks like it's occupied. Have you been here before? Like inside, I mean.
That's the problem. I can't figure out this door.
Oh, what is it? What's wrong with it?
She...
Like, go up and look.
The tower door is made of iron. No visible handles or hinges. In the middle of the door is a large embossed symbol. A connected series of lines with 8 almost Japanese characters set around it. Carved into the lintel above the door is a word. The word is Kazan. And this is what you see.
And what was that? What's that word? Is that a language? Anybody knows what that says?
Can I roll an Arcana?
Sure.
10.
Some kind of maybe elementalist speech, you wonder?
Oh, is it primordial?
Certainly not primordial, you know that language.
Elemental-ish in nature.
Are you all sure that this ain't just like a bunch of fucking stickmen or something?
Oh, it does kind of look like some stickmen.
Oh, yeah.
Where is Ez at that point?
Ez is right by her cart. She's actually currently hooking up a cadet to the cart.
I'm gonna go to her and ask her if she's gonna... Do you know what that means? The symbol on the door?
I wish I did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here trying to get inside. One more thing. Don't touch the door.
Me?
How are we bloody supposed to?
You're welcome to
It has
try.
something to do with
She
it.
gestures towards the symbols.
No. I'll take your word for it.
Well, what happens when you touch it? Can you at least, like, tell us that?
Go ahead and try it. See what happens.
That seems
Yes!
She
You're so vague!
She gives you a smile. Almost like she's getting some kind of sick pleasure out of this.
Is there like a wisdom check or anything I can do to see if I understand the symbol?
Sure.
Like what it's
Me too?
like just
Wisdom check and we'll see how
Don't
far
for-
that can get you. That can get you?
Oh.
Getcha. Gotta
I-
catch you.
I don't like your tone.
There's a strange symbol in the center of all these other ones that kind of circle the ring like a clock. It's very bizarre. Nyla, maybe it's a dial, but then Ez said don't touch the tower.
So I'll just say, is it like a dial? Like,
I'm
her
not
hand, she
sure.
doesn't touch it, but it looks like she wants to.
You all think it's a dance routine or something?
Really?
Oh, dance routine?
Like,
I mean, look, the little arms.
Well, I mean,
So-
it starts at one point and it ends at another. If you just like follow the lines along.
so, Yogg,
Yeah,
do you start doing this too?
No, he absolutely doesn't. He's just standing there like, I'm
Yargo,
sorry.
I think that's an excellent idea. Why don't you give it a go? How does this look, Yargo?
I want to see you dance.
All right, Yogg, if you gotta describe how this goddamn looks, and you gotta do it to the
Right.
You gotta give me a cool tune when you do it.
Listen, there is no tune to describe the way Yaga does anything involving rhythm.
Okay, fine. You got me.
The only fucking sense of rhythm he has is stirring a fucking pot almost
So
evenly.
maybe
But he does when he starts like taking up what he thinks is like the first pose, and he's like,
What is the first pose?
he fuck it, we'll just go with the one now. It's like top left essentially,
Okay.
and he's just essentially going to follow the lines, through the poses, trying to lead to the other one that has like a singular line from it.
So Yogg does this weird cactus dance.
Nyla's clapping like they're at a bar and he's dancing.
And it's really important whenever he changes his stance, he goes like, "Whoo!"
Esmeralda is like, are you serious? This is no time to be goofing off. If it were that simple, do you really think? And then the door opens. And her jaw drops.
You're a genius!
Everyone claps.
Well done, Yog.
More than anyone else, Yog just looks legitimately surprised. Like. And then he just collects himself and was like, I knew that. I totally knew that.
Ezmerelda is not talking to anyone, not looking at anyone. She just has her hands on her temples.
This is why we get things done! And then Nyla will like follow you.
I mean, out of character, Jesus Christ, I was trying to play him low inter. Like, that sounds fucking smart. Oh my fucking God.
It's open.
Oh God.
Well then, shall we?
You wanna come in as?
We don't need to like keep dancing on the inside, do we? Or I think we're
Yeah, you
settled,
should probably
right?
keep dancing the whole time we're in there just to...
Right, I've already forgotten the fucking order, so good luck on that one.
I'll walk inside.
Yeah.
Same.
Alright.
So we have to move our tokens, or is there a different map?
You move your token. This is the first floor. You can move your tokens. Here.
Okay. Ooh.
Alright. Going inside. You see. Let's see. Through various cracks and holes in the wall, you see throughout the tower, and this tower is beyond fragile. Age and rot have taken it well, and you see, with the scaffolding inside, there are only a handful of functional beams and even strings left keeping it upwards. It's kind of even slanted a bit. It's starting to worry you when you enter inside. The first floor, you see the flagstone floor is strewn with debris, and a few old crates stand near the east wall. A torn curtain to the south particularly obscures the tower's vestibule. You see a 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor. It contains 4 pulleys attached to taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wooden ceiling. Standing next to each of these 4 chains are 4-foot-tall clay statues. Each of them they're about foot tall, but there's 4 of them, so 4, a foot tall clay statues.
Thinking these like little crates and stuff, if I kind of look through them.
You kind of pick apart the crates inside. They're all empty.
Oh, okay.
Can I do a perception check like around like the debris area?
Sure.
Only a 14.
Broken beams, scaffolding, even planks of the ceiling above seem to have broken and fallen and litter the floor around you.
And what do these statues look like?
Not malformed, but sculpted humanoid. That's the best guess you can make.
Maybe doesn't look like there's any sort of stairs upward, right?
That you see.
I'm gonna check what that thing in the middle is.
It's an indentation in the floor. 4 iron chains in each corner.
Does it look like the statues can hold on to the iron chains?
Quite possibly.
Maybe we should attach the chains.
And with that,
I don't know. As you said you were here before, right?
I
No,
never,
she hasn't been able to get into the building.
I said I
Oh.
never went inside.
I'm sorry.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you, Yog.
So if I look up, can I see, like how far up does this go?
This goes about
And is there any opening?
50, 60 feet. Seems like the elevator goes all the way up. It's currently locked at the 3rd floor.
So if we all like, get on and then pull, we go.
All of us can't go up at the same time, because I think you have to stand in the middle platform.
It's probably smart to take it one time, too, considering, well, this place looks like a little bit of ill repair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nyla, roll me a strength check as you try to pull down the chains.
Hey!
And you feel something go as you kind of are pulling so hard on this chain that something is thrown off balance, and you hear something kind of creaking and bending and eventually cracking.
Oops. Let go of the chain.
Oh,
So do
maybe
4 people at once have to pull on this thing?
Maybe.
I mean, on each one.
Someone tells me I'm looking bad at them. She kind of glances at the golems.
Maybe. Can I tap one? I just want to touch it.
In a very eerie way, you see the clay that was once solid kind of break its form, and you see the head shift very rapidly in your direction.
Oh!
It says nothing. But it looks at you.
Chance, like, stumbles back into the wall. Like, oh, they're very much alive. Oh, bloody hell. What about the others? And he'll touch the other one, like real, like, just tap it like on his shoulder.
Once again, another
Sit
jump
back.
scare.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch the one next to me too. Just
That one doesn't look at you, and then it looks at you.
oh, I'm
Nyla might scream a little that time.
I'm being sassed by a golem. That's great.
Hello? I said to the golem.
It just stares at you with these hollow, empty eyes and a melting, open mouth.
Do you know how to operate this lift?
It says nothing.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should
maybe
check.
Ezmerelda just like, hey, can you lower this? She just barks orders in her usual Ez way. And shockingly, the golems and the elevator starts to descend. Arms open. No need to dance.
Yeah, see, look, you figured out something too, Ez. Now we're all even. Well, I didn't figure anything out. It's basically just you and Yagi at this point.
Hildy, you're not sure what it is, but Ez kind of shoots you a look where whatever was bended and grown is starting to rift again between these two characters. It's just a look,
Wait.
Hildy.
She's just looking at me?
You know how people kind of talk to you through little glances and whatnot?
Sure.
Ez just kind of shoots you a look that speaks volumes about the tensions between her and Nyla.
Basically, Nyla's being kind of annoying, and Ez is like, oh my gosh, and gives you a look.
And sure enough, the elevator lands on the first floor.
So who should go first?
So, do we think anything bad is up there? Because, like, I have a spell. I can be invisible.
Well,
Figured it out the other night.
Ain't your friend supposed to be here too, Ez? Why don't we just call out for him?
It wouldn't be that simple. You think if your friend was as paranoid as mine, a voice from another friend would draw him out?
Yeah, fair enough. Alright. Nyla, that sounds smart. Maybe you should try.
Yeah, I can try.
Alone?
And then if it, I don't know, can we fit more than one person?
Well, I can shrink myself with my wild shape.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then if it's bad, then it'll try to come down really fast. And if it's okay, we can call up, and
All right, go ahead.
then you guys can come up.
Go as like a spider, and I'll just go on to where I think Nyla is.
You guys cast your spells. Nyla, you think you're fine. You're okay. Zhana, you know something is immediately not okay. Nyla, you step onto the lift, and everybody is looking at you.
Oh, really?
Zhana,
I look down at my hand.
Nobody's invisible, and
So wait.
nobody is a spider.
Is this just canceling spells? Because Wild Shape is not a spell. This is just an innate ability I can do.
Yoga's just gonna chime in and say, so, are you two doing your magic?
I tried. I swear I can.
I think maybe it's canceling out the magic.
Or are you sure you still want to go up then?
Well, we have to go one at a time.
Well, I don't need magic.
Yeah, same here. I don't. Well, I mean, yeah, no, I don't need anything magic.
Maybe Yogg and Ez. If it'll hold you.
Yogg, how much do you weigh?
Well,
She kind of sizes you up.
let me just look through my notes because I don't remember shit like
You're
this.
a pretty big guy, so your base weight is... It's kind of up there.
Fuck, I didn't even note that down. I thought I should have it somewhere. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking.
How tall is
just. I think I noted him in at 6'5" or 6'3".
6'5".
6'5", jacked.
And a
probably,
jacked dude. You are over 200.
like 260, 280
Yeah,
probably.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, ladies, Yogg is a beefcake, but this might not be the best time to be a beefcake. Let's be real.
Maybe let's just see if the lift will hold one person at a time. Yogg, if it holds you, it'll hold the rest of us.
I mean, that's fair enough. Kind of stupid if you all went up and then the lift fucking broke because I was trying to go up, so.
So let's
Well,
try you first. Alone. Just
alright.
as it is.
So Yogg steps in the middle.
It would also be stupid if I broke it now because it's a little bit late.
Very slowly start to pull him up. And the clay golems just slow as can be. And you hear that lift is not moving.
Oh, really?
But they're still pulling.
Maybe.
Okay, so we just stop.
Wait, yeah, they stop pulling.
Yogg's gonna be like, right, maybe I should drop the fucking cauldron.
How is that heavy?
He has gear worth another fucking 100 times worth.
Oh my god.
His state light is probably in the 400s, holy shit.
Everybody just watches as you're like, oh yeah, and pulling a magic scarf out of your pockets, you dump a cauldron, your rations, your rope, your axes, your spear, your other weapons, a series of ingredients, an additional package full of meat, several other miscellaneous items, and it's enough to fill at least 2 of these goddamn crates worth of just stuff. Just stuff.
Right. He just like drops everything he has and then he's like, wait a fucking second, and he's gonna pick back up his great axe and be like, yeah, that feels better.
Alright.
Everyone's just staring.
Everybody just watches this display, and once more, Zhana, Hildy, you guys kind of like, okay, hoist him slowly, and the golems. Like, you haven't budged, but the slack from the chains has been picked up, and you hear the groaning again.
Oh, okay, wait, no.
And they stop again.
Okay.
At this point, Ez is kind of like peeking upwards to see exactly what's the problem, and she's like, and she points. It looks like one of the beams that escorts the chains upwards is cracked, and the wood is beyond rotted.
Well, that's
Right.
not good.
Hey,
maybe...
can you like shoot your grappling thingy?
Yogg, I don't want you to take this personally. She puts a hand on your shoulder. It's not you. It's the elevator.
Yog is just like, damn right it is. I need to build fucking properly. And he just like steps up and starts collecting all his fucking crap and like puts it all into his fucking cauldron like bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, probably could get it up there.
I have a question.
Maybe make us like an afternoon lunch or something while we're figuring this out, Yog. You know, we'll take your mind off it.
Does Nyla still burn a spell slot for her invisibility?
Yes,
and
that's a
do I
good
still
question.
burn-
That is correct.
Oh.
And for a question, did I enter my wild shape? I would have entered my wild shape while I wasn't on the pad. Was it as soon as I went onto the pad it dispelled, or did it just not go at all?
It did not go at all, and the slot was expended.
Okay.
How tall is the roof like?
Let's see.
I think from floor to roof. Well, what's the actual distance?
If I am reading this right, the roof is... Actually, there should be a picture here. Let me serenade you with some bebop. Let's see. 50, 60 feet. And then a roof.
Alright,
so
cool.
technically higher. Yeah, so
Okay, cool.
Does it seem like if someone else got on it would actually pull it, or does it seem like it's just stuck now?
doesn't seem like anybody's on it, and you haven't tried.
Okay, I just didn't know if it looked like it was just like full on stuck or you know,
It didn't.
whatever. Okay.
It didn't work for Yogg twice.
Okay.
That's all you know.
There's some scaffolding outside too. Maybe that leads up somewhere. Maybe Yogg, you check that out while we. Who's up next? Nyla?
Hmm?
I guess.
You feeling like a trip up top?
Okay.
You're probably one of the lightest out of us.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just going to be like, fair enough, and head outside.
Alright. How far up you going? There's going to be, if this is who I think it is, that is here. There's going to be traps, and there's going to be bad stuff waiting for you.
Okay, like what?
I don't know.
Are we talking magical traps, or...
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sad I could have prepared that spell.
Okay, well, I guess someone get ready to catch me if I end up getting blown back down here.
Alright.
We'll do our best. Promise.
I get behind, like where she would be to essentially catch her if she falls.
Alright.
Yay!
Just go for the second floor. Nice and slow now. And the platform starts to rise. Nyla, how much do you weigh?
Probably like 110, I'm guessing.
Especially with your bags full of stuff.
Oh,
So
I would
your
have for sure
chest
seen
plus
the thing
your-
with Yogg. I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier. I'll just leave that on the floor.
So you leave your inventory on the floor.
Yeah,
What are you taking with you?
Not your weapons,
maybe
not your armor.
I'm wearing my armor. I just mean like I will not. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm taking my little silver sword, and I'll take thieves' tools.
Alright, that is still within reason. The platform still rises.
Okay.
Alright, making you go all the way up to the second floor. Dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room, the wooden floor of which is badly rotted and partially collapsed. And by the way, this elevator is not a smooth ride. This elevator
Okay.
jerks every 6 seconds 5 feet upwards. And you kind of lose your footing a bit and fall to your knees, which you stay on for the remainder of the journey. Otherwise, you could very easily fall one way or the other. And yeah, you come to the second floor.
Okay. So mostly all rotted. Like I don't even know if I could get onto the floor.
You could jump and take a look around.
I'm gonna stay on the elevator, and I don't know if you want me to like roll perception or something.
You stay on the elevator.
For now, I just want to look really fast.
Like I said, dust and cobwebs fill this otherwise empty room.
Okay. So I'll like call down. I'll be like, guys, this whole floor is rotted, and there's like nothing in here.
Do you want me to start heading up with you?
You mean come back down? Like me come down and then you come up with me?
Or you take a step up there and we'll bring it back down?
Oh, can I like make a perception check to see if I could be held on this thing at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems okay.
Okay, sounds good. So I will try to like jump kind of past this gap a little bit. As much as I can. Yeah.
Alright, you hear the floorboards bend beneath you, and it's disgusting. You feel rotting wood beneath your feet, and the floorboards kind of cave in a little where you're standing. It's like walking on like almost a lily pad kind of when you feel that kind of bending underneath you. And it's slick and slimy and it's gross, but you don't fall.
Okay. So I'll call, you'll probably hear her go like, oh, gross! And then she'll call down and be like, okay, it's really rotted up here. The wood is I don't know. I'm like sunk into the floor here.
Alright. Anyone want to go up next?
I can.
Can you handle yourself without magic?
Probably not then.
I'm not that bad. I've got a few things and some ideas, actually, as it were. I'll go up next.
Alright.
I'll just walk around to make sure I'm always like under wherever Nyla is. I guess I'm hearing it or like seeing the wood cave a little and like, oh shit, and I just walk a bit around her.
So Coleman takes a couple things up. First, he is shedding his backpack and his dungeoning pack, but he is going to take about 3 or 4 pythons, which weigh about half or a quarter of a pound each, so it adds extra pound. It's not much.
Okay.
He takes these metal spikes and he's gonna sew them in his pocket. He's got like a little bandolier actually around his belt, which is where he keeps his potions of cure wounds.
Alright.
So he'll stick them in there too in the slot.
Alright.
And then he'll grab a hammer and he'll fish in his pack for some silk rope, which is actually pretty light. It's only 5 pounds.
Alright, so this is all under like
but it's pretty strong.
6 pounds, 7 pounds.
Yeah, it adds an additional 10 pounds. So he probably weighs in total, he's a little scrappy. Probably.
But how tall are you?
He is on the shorter side. Okay, yeah, he's 5'9". He weighs about 180.
180 plus that. Alright, so nice and slow.
It's about 190.
You start heading up in jerky motions, and for you, sailor, you have no trouble getting your footing and your sea legs almost immediately. And you head up to the 2nd floor, and you see Nyla and all the rotted wood. Meanwhile, Yogg, you head up the scaffolding, and this wood is also equally rotted. I need you to... you know what? Roll me a dexterity saving throw. How about that?
Sure. Question: would danger sense apply to this?
What does that mean?
It's a verb thing.
Gives him advantage to saving throws from things that he can see.
You can see that this wood is rotted. It is not a trap, but you can clearly see that you would be in trouble. So I would argue, for the sake of yes, this can apply.
Okay, sure, fair enough. That's a 17.
All right. You take a step and feel your foot sink. It's slimy, it's icy, it's gross, and it's just covered in gunk and all sorts of crap, and it doesn't help that it's covered in snow from the recent snow, so there's additional weight on it. You kind of use your foot to kind of move some stuff, and you feel where the beams might be, and you find yourself kind of like, not spread eagle, but like stretching your legs to kind of walk the braces of this thing, and you slowly make your way up the scaffolding, but it looks like there is no ladder up to the second portion. You would have to climb.
You know what? Fuck it. We don't have anything better to do today. He's gonna try.
It's like Yogg's individual adventures. I'm here for it.
All right. Yogg, roll me an athletics check real quick.
Alright, watch this be a natural one. That's a 15.
All right. Using the help of the tower, you can climb up to the. You can kind of climb up and around to the second floor, and you're starting to get a little worried because 2 bricks you have literally grabbed have like chunked and disintegrated off, and you see pebbles and stones falling from the roof around you. And the worst part is, Yogg, you know for a goddamn fact, be it a token of your strength and your might, but with one solid good hit to the right part of this tower, you could probably topple it.
Oh shit.
Fun facts. Moving on. Chance, Nyla, Zhana, Hildy, Ez. Chance to get to the second
Does this
floor?
thing still go up further, or are we
Probably
just on the
could.
second floor here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep riding it up.
All right, keep going. She kind of knocks it, and up you go. You see how, once again, this empty room leaves much to the imagination. Time and the elements have all but destroyed this chamber, leaving a gash in and of itself, right here in the northwest wall, and a slimy black mildew also covers the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in pieces. And the air up here is just foul, and you can feel it in your lungs.
Ugh, ugh. He's gonna like pull his shirt over his nose, kind of like try to shout down. Up here's nothing much either. I think there's an opening in the wall though. That scaffolding might lead us up here. But the floors, I wouldn't step on it if I were you. And he'll still go up. They're like, up another if you can.
Wait, no, you should. We need to. Should we like stagger it so at least there's 2 of us kind of together?
Oh bloody
I
hell!
yell
No,
up.
I'm not stepping out into this. How far? Bloody 30 feet. Not a chance.
Didn't you say the scaffolding would hold you?
I'd have to jump to try to find it. I would essentially be jumping out of a goddamn tower, who knows how high, hoping that the scaffolding holds me, and if not, falling through that. No. I'll go up. I'll drop a rope if I can find a way.
Ez turns to Zhana and was like, I think your wild shape did work, and I think he turned into a cat.
That's a funny joke.
Oh, that actually worked. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good, yeah. And Chance, you ride it all the way up.
Oh.
This is completely different, Chance. Unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation, and although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of creature comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Light enters through arrow slits as well as through dirt-caked windows with broken shutters. Other features of the room include a standing suit of armor and a wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact, Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which hang iron chains that support the tower's elevator platform. Meanwhile, Hildy, is there anything you would like to do while all this is happening?
I'm still just trying to make sure that Nyla doesn't fall through the floor.
You kind of get a few drops of the moldy wood and some of the ice and snow as a result of what's going on.
Well, I've got an idea.
I'm gonna put a pin in that idea. The adventures of Yogg continue.
Let's go, yeah.
Oh no.
Yogg, once again, you face the snow and ice and the rot in the wood. Roll me a dexterity.
Oh, we're still doing this with advantage.
Sure.
Okay.
You take a step, and it's gross because you feel your foot go through the floor, but it didn't go. It was.
Ew.
And you, with the dexterity of a gazelle flamingo, raise your foot up. Crap, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, and you start moving forward, casually, carefully, under the gargoyle, and you find yourself at a ladder. And inside this slit right here, you can see Nyla just lifting her dress, like
For sure.
her little skirt thing, just to avoid it touching the floor. She's like got her little feet splayed in a way where she doesn't fall, and she's just kind of angrily held prisoner in a spot that's clearly not
For
holding her
sure.
weight for
She's
long.
so annoyed that. Yeah, she's so annoyed that. Whoa. Sorry, I ripped the headphones out of my ear. She's so annoyed that Chance left her. She's just stuck in this.
Right, Yoga's just going to have a little bit of a chuckle before he tries to climb the ladder.
Nyla, if there were any salt in the wound right now, you can hear someone laughing outside and climbing the creaky boards of the scaffolding.
I'll try to turn around to not shift my weight. Do I see him at all?
You
or is
see
he already
his
gone?
shadow through the slit of this thing. So Chance, you get to the top floor.
All right. So before he takes any step out onto this floor, so he's just thinking, he's like, traps. I can't see traps. Really bad seeing traps. I've got some ideas. So he's gonna, what he's gonna do is he's gonna take his silk rope and tie one of the pythons around one of the ends, so it's got some extra weight. And he's gonna try to basically throw it, because he knows the pulleys can support the elevator. So he thinks the pulleys, like those rafters, could probably support this weight if it needed to. So he's going to try to throw the rope up and around the rafter with the weight on the end of it, so it's got a better chance.
All right. Using the weight of the piston as you throw the rope, it swings down and you can catch it sure enough, and you have an additional safety net in terms of this rope.
Right. Yeah, so because he's going to tie like a slip knot.
Oh yeah, so you can slip it all the way to the top?
Cinch it. Yeah, and then so he's got this bundle of 50-foot rope that he's going to kind of keep on the elevator as like a, so if the elevator crashes for whatever reason, he can grab it.
All right.
But then once that's cinched, and once he actually like hops off the ground a little bit, just tries to see if it actually supports his weight.
You hear
That'll do. I'm not going to test it. Not too much. And he'll step off.
all right.
He probably hears Nyla's voice yelling, "What's going on?"
Don't worry, Nyla. We'll get you up here in a moment. It's good to come down now.
Hey, start lowering the elevator. And it lowers down, Nyla. Eventually it comes to you.
So I'll get on it.
You going up or down?
Up. He probably needs backup.
Head up. And you go to the third floor, to the fourth floor.
It's like as the elevator ascends, like Nyla's glaring.
Welcome up. We probably need Ez up here too. She'll know what to look for.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it doesn't look like whoever she's searching for is here, so I don't know what to tell her. Someone's been living up here, sure. I don't see a man. It's empty.
Can I roll perception for just kind of the floor around me to see if there's anything, like if it'd be safe as far as I can tell to step on?
Save the roll. Looks like you can get around all right.
Okay, sounds good. So I will step here
Right.
and I guess I'll like yell down like, "Ez, do you want up?"
Finally. Lower it. And down it goes. All right. Will you both be okay down here? Zhana? Hildy?
Raise it.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. And she starts heading upwards. In between the gross and the ambient sounds of climbing Yogg, you get to the 3rd floor.
Well, right, this was exciting. Just for reference, how far down is it?
You are 40 feet from the ground.
No, not too bad, not too bad. He's not going to die from that.
That's a little under. That's like the attic of a 2-story house, like the roof.
That's jumpable, by all means.
Yeah!
It's just gonna suck. It's just gonna suck.
The poor healers are just dying inside right now.
But they're all on the ground floor.
Right, he's just going to look inside and presumably see a bunch of fucking rotten wood.
Alright, you gonna do it, Yogg?
Well, for starters, he's just going to look. Is this as fucking shit rotten as the scaffolding?
It's pretty bad.
Well, fuck it. He's got to test his luck and see to what degree he can make the floor hold him.
Alright, if you will, allow me to illustrate what happens. So, Yogg,
Oh my god.
you have spent a great deal of time and effort making your way to the 3rd floor. You look upon these planks, rotted, but you are strong. You are wise in the ways of the world. And gingerly, with the tip of your big toe, you step upon this slimy wood. And you think, ha! That's no match for me. And you take a step. And Yogg, at first you stand there victorious. A man among a rotted tower. Ha! Nothing can stop you now, except... Uh-oh. There is one force that can stop this man. Gravity. Yogg, you go falling through the floor. You go falling through a 5-inch section in the floor, and you hear... Zhana, Hildy, you kind of hear something creaking up above, and you're like, huh, I wonder what that is. And again, huh, it's getting closer. And you both kind of look up expectantly. And even the golem looks up, hearing a noise.
Just a quick side note before you burst through the last floor. Does he have enough time to rage on his way down to make this even worse?
You fall 60 feet around according to the official rules of 5e. So 40 foot is well within 6 seconds. You get mad on the way down, I suppose. Actually, no. You know what? You get mad after you land. So, down you fall, down you fall, down you fall, and BAM! You, Zhana, Hildy, what the Yogg, you are going to take... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, you're gonna take 4d6 of bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy.
And then, you completely crush this clay golem, and you hear a beneath your weight, the other golems around, if this just wasn't worse, they turn, they get mad. Yogg, your eyes open, you get mad. Everybody on the first floor, roll for initiative.
Fuck!
Holy shit.
Meanwhile, just from the radius of the impact, Zhana, Hildy, you only take 1d6 for the radius. Yeah, you take 4 points of just shrapnel damage from the falling. And we're gonna have a weird break in the game. I am going to finish off the scene upstairs before we start wrapping up. Next session, we are going to start with combat.
Do we roll initiative now, or?
Yep, and I'll make note for next time. And you guys are free to sort of comment on the whole nonsense.
Son of a bitch.
Hildy is 0. Oh no.
I'm just on my ass. In every sense of the term.
What are we even fighting? Oh, frick.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, okay, so this golem isn't crushed, but you did, like, it did break your fall, kind of, not really.
It took similar damage, I believe.
You know what? Sure. Actually, Yogg, I'm gonna have to, like, move you, because you're kind of in the way of my boy over here. Thank you.
Shit, I'm back on the scaffolding. I'm just looking forward to having these all dead and having to fucking have Yogg pull the chains.
You can pull all 4 at the same time.
He's a badass. Of course he can.
Alright, so...
2 in each hand, let's go.
Hildegard, you're going last. I'm gonna have all the clay golems go. Like there. So, just remember, Yogg, Zhana, everyone else, and then Hildy. No offense, Hildy.
It's okay. Goddamn.
Alright.
Everything's going on downstairs, and Coleman just don't give a shit.
What the fuck?
Speaking of Coleman, you start putting wood in the stove, making it nice and cozy. Ez reaches the top of the tower, and she starts looking around. She kind of immediately goes for the desk. She checks the bed, she looks around, you all are kind of glancing around, and as...
Yeah, I guess I'll be like, is it okay for me to look at stuff? You said there are traps? I mean, I can help you.
I don't understand. Yeah, she goes to the desk and picks up some things. He's not here anymore.
Oh, but he was here.
It just don't make sense, and she starts rifling through the desk. Coleman, you're tending to the stove. Nyla, you're helping any way you can. Looking around, checking things. And that is where we're going to call today's session.
Very cool.
Fun.
And loud bangs everywhere. Oh,
Meanwhile, down below...
that didn't sound good.
You know what really sucks? Not being able to use your spells or any of your wild shape or any
That's amazing.
things from your class.
You're just gonna have to hit it with the stick.
Yay!
But at least you've got Yogg down below. I mean, that's a...
He's gonna do great.
I can't even
This is
heal.
Yogg's moment. This is Yogg's moment.
Basically, what you do, Zhana, is just run out of the building.
Yeah, no, girl.
Run. Heal yourself, then run back in.
I can't heal anyone. Shit.
No, that's what you pick them up. You pick up whoever you want to heal and like run them out of the building. Heal them.
Yeah, sure.
Run.
Sure.
Attack movement.
I'm just kidding. I know that's not gonna work.
This tower
Let's see how that goes.
is
Creative thinking.
This tower is incredibly dangerous, you guys. I'm just...
Yeah, and the silk rope doesn't even go all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
How are they gonna go down
Just a
if we
moment.
kill the freaking golems?
Just a moment. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Everybody want to take a moment to say goodbye?
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hello.